I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And today we're going to be talking about my ex is on dating apps.
Oh no.
That is a sinking feeling, right?
Is,
sometimes somebody will tell you they saw your ex on a dating app, or sometimes you've gotten to the point where you're on there and you come across your ex. Your heart just stops in that moment. You just feel like everything is over. You're completely done. It just feels like the end of the world. It's just one of the worst things that you can see in a breakup, because it's like your ex looks like or is actively looking for new people. And when you see that, it just feels like the situation has just gotten so bad that it's just not going to turn around. And it, of course, is going to make you far more scared and anxious than you were before that happened.
Exactly. And you could just be stressing out, freaking out right now in the moment, and also thinking, how could they? How could they be on this app? How could they be searching out other people? And it can be really surreal to even see their profile, especially if you guys both met on a dating app yourselves. Seeing their profile to meet other people can hurt even more.
And if they have a new picture that you haven't even seen before.
Or if it was one that you took.
That happens too.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
So we made this video to try to ease your anxiety about it and just to talk about it, give some more information about what we think about this situation and if it's something really to stress about.
Yeah, because I see all the time people get on dating apps and actively look for new people and look like they're moving on, and then they come back again and you wind up getting back together. So even though it feels overwhelming and it is terrifying when it happens, it often winds up not nearly as bad as you think it's going to be.
Right. And seeing them on a dating app, it doesn't mean that they're ready to be dating. So don't think that those two are one and the same. And it doesn't mean that, they are emotionally available for other people or other people are emotionally available for them. So take that into consideration and also consider when they got on the dating app. If they got on that dating app while you two were still dating, that says something about their own character and their own dignity in the relationship. So you have to consider, is that somebody that I would like to go back to? And if they're going on the dating app soon after the breakup, that also says something about their ability to be alone, their ability to process the breakup. So these are all things that you want to consider right when you see your ex on that dating app.
Yeah. And, one of the things that I think people are overwhelmed with is that now they've forgotten about me.
Yeah.
This means they're not thinking about me. They've moved on. They're done. They're completely over it. That this is even more permanent now, and they have, just that feeling of being forgotten is awful. But they don't forget about you. It just doesn't work that way. People don't just forget about people that they love or even loved and got attached to. That's just not the way human beings are wired.
Right.
So even if they get into a rebound relationship and they look like they've moved on, they might, but that doesn't mean that, they're truly over the situation or you. Maybe they're frustrated with you, or maybe they don't think things will change with you. And so they're just trying to explore those things.
Right. And you have to remember that your ex may also be using dating apps and meeting people very quickly after the relationship to distract themselves from that grief and the loss that they may feel from the breakup. So that's definitely something you want to consider. So, what do you do if you're scrolling through a dating app and you see your ex pop up?
Panic.
Ooh, tempting.
Pull yourself off the floor.
Pull yourself together. That's the first thing you gotta do. And then after
It's a
that,
horrible feeling.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's so horrible.
It's like time stands still.
You for a moment, like, it's literally like an out-of-body experience.
Yeah, like a shock. It really can be. So, you might be tempted to swipe right just to see if your ex is also swiping right.
Yeah, who wouldn't be tempted?
Yeah.
Are they now interested?
Mm-hmm. So my advice to you is to not swipe at all if you can. Just close out of the app. Take a minute to gather yourself together before making any kind of rash decision. And open it another day. Come back to it. I wouldn't recommend swiping right on an ex on a dating app.
Yeah. You're taking a risk.
Mm-hmm.
They could swipe right, but if they don't, now you're going to feel horrible. And some apps will tell you, right, if you swiped left or right, either way.
Exactly.
So I'd rather leave them not knowing, you know. The other thing is that you don't want to bring it up to them. So many of us get so upset right away and we're just overwhelmed with anxiety. We automatically just want to call them and connect with them. And are you on a dating app? I can't believe you're on a dating app. And, you know, you don't want to do that because if you guys aren't together, that's their right. They have a right to that privacy and their independence at this point. And it's going to piss them off if you do. So as much as you may want to reach out and confirm it with them or yell at them or, you know, lash out at them, I wouldn't recommend that. And I know many of you guys are creating fake dating profiles to spy, sometimes secretly message them and see if they message back. I've had so many people surprisingly get caught that the ex knows that it's them. How they know, I don't know, but they've gotten caught. You don't want to do that because it's just going to make the situation worse.
Right. You want to be very careful. And ultimately, remember that connection and bonding takes time. So don't feel like your ex and somebody new are going to run off into the sunset immediately.
Although it does look like that in the beginning.
Yeah. And that fear can strike your heart when you see that. You think they're gone forever, that's it. But just remember, think about the time that it took for you guys to get close. It takes time and effort and ups and downs, and these are not things that you go with immediately with people you just meet.
Yeah, the thing is that because you value your ex so much and they're so important to you, you feel like your ex is going to be that important to them as well. But that's simply not true.
Right.
And I talk about the Applebee's girl, that situation that happened with me, that she was dating somebody else right away. And I thought he was going to see all the amazing, wonderful qualities that I saw in her. And guess what? She got dumped a few days after New Year's when she thought, oh my gosh, we're going to have this wonderful, magical relationship. And she had the decency to tell me that and come clean about her experience because she felt bad about what she did and she knew she didn't handle everything well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, realize that your ex isn't going to be put on some pedestal like, you know, to new people like you are with them.
Right. And you want to focus on yourself during this time too. You want to be their best option. I know Craig has another video about being their best option, but truly, your ex is going to see a lot of different options out there, and if you are the one that's working on your own emotional self-control, if you're working through your attachment issues, which Craig and Margaret have hundreds of videos for that, and the course and the workbooks, if you're working through these issues, you're going to be in a much better place than the majority of these people out there.
Absolutely.
So remind yourself of that. And also remember that you're working on yourself, not only for being their best option, but for being the best option for whoever ends up with you, whoever's lucky enough to end up with you. So think about that and think about how you're working towards becoming a great partner for whoever joins your life.
Exactly. And at some point, regardless of what happens with them, you want to go out and have new experiences with new people and see how it goes, because you don't want your ex to feel like you're not moving on or you're not doing anything with yourself. That's unattractive. You want to move forward and at whatever speed you feel comfortable with. And you got to remember that if you saw them on there, then there's a very high probability they saw you on there. And if they saw you on there, that's going to make them anxious about losing you as well.
Right.
And you got to remember that even though they've seen you beg and plead to try and change their mind, which so often happens in a breakup, seeing you look like you move on, they don't know what you're experiencing or feeling. So they feel that now, oh my gosh, I might lose them. They might lose you. And that is going to likely make them scared and probably jealous. But be very careful with the jealousy. I don't like to suggest making your ex jealous. It can get out of control really quickly, and then it can lead to things blowing up and not turning around the right way. I very rarely recommend jealousy, and if I do it in a call with you guys when I'm doing a coaching with you, it's because I've accurately assessed it, and I'm telling you, okay, in this particular situation, I would use it. But it's normal for an ex to get on a dating site or multiple dating sites to see what else is out there. But you'll see, and I'm sure people will leave comments about, well, I've done this before, or my ex said this, and they realize that they weren't over me, and they start comparing you to them and these new people. And they realize that, you know, you don't compare, or they don't compare to you and what you guys had, and that often makes them come back.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah. Okay, so hopefully you found this video helpful. Put a like on there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And of course, when you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Of course, Margaret is available for Skype coaching, and Coach Vicky will be here training with us.
I'll be here.
But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon. To get my help personally, go to askcraig.net and click on Schedule Coaching and choose the option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. To schedule a coaching with Margaret, click on Margaret on the top of the page and order a Skype with her. For the Knowledge Creative Healing course, click on the link at the top of the page and click Get Started Now.